A federal judge has again blocked National Guard deployment, this time from all 50 states, as Trump tried to circumvent the earlier ruling by pulling from a different state. And, I'm sure he'll ask for an emergency Supreme Court ruling, as he has multiple times already. The Supreme Court, which has just rejected Ghislaine Maxwell's appeal, by the way, has repeatedly sided with the president temporarily along partisan lines, basically saying, and I'm paraphrasing here, go ahead and do this dumb shit for now. We'll kick the can down the road and decide the legality later. Well, people, looks like we've made it to the fucking can for a lot of it. It is now later, and the Supreme Court's new term starts today, and with it comes decisions to be made about all the shit that's been allowed to continue. And there's one thing that you really need to understand about this. These decisions that they're about to make will shape the future of this country for generations. Just like past major Supreme Court decisions set precedent, the upcoming ones will set the tone for the next decades in our government and this place we call home. And if your eyes are glazed over at this point, allow me to elaborate. Think Miranda versus Arizona, that established Miranda rights being a requirement when you get arrested. Think Brown versus the Board of Education, which made segregation illegal. Gideon versus Wainwright, that allows everyone the right to counsel. So in this term's court docket, there are many decisions that are set to be made regarding a lot of the things that Trump has done in his second term as president. This docket includes decisions to be made on the legality of Trump's unilateral tariffs using the IEEPA, which coincidentally doesn't even mention the word tariffs. It includes decisions to be made on whether or not Trump can fire independent regulators solely over policy decisions, a precedent that was already set and said no they can't over 90 years ago. And it includes the decisions about Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook and if Trump can fire her without cause, as she's been accused of but not charged with a crime, let alone found guilty of one. The can that got kicked further down the road will determine birthright citizenship, presidential override of congressional budget, the Insurrection Act, conversion therapy, trans athletes, redistricting, mail-in ballots, and I'm sure a whole host of other things. So the issue right now is that the public trust in the Supreme Court is eroding. Like, it's almost gone at this point, with ethical concerns from several justices, including Clarence Thomas, accepting luxury gifts and hearing cases that constituted conflicts of interest, and Samuel Alito also taking undisclosed trips paid for by billionaires and making politically charged remarks. Sotomayor is even in there for pushing universities to buy books to increase their book sales. So for all the talk of being impartial and ruling based on their interpretations of constitutional and existing law, it seems that partisanship will always exist, and some form of corruption will always exist at the end-all be-all level of law in this country. And if all of that doesn't concern you going into this term with these decisions that are about to be made that will literally affect some of us until we're dead, you really need to take a step the fuck back and reevaluate the importance you place on our supposed independence and freedom. Because all of this, is a slippery fucking slope. It's day 258 in this series in which I ask myself, do I have to go to work today? And the answer is yes. I don't care. Here we go. Do I have to go to work today? I do. See you tomorrow.